Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. Look, I'm not going to beat around the bush in this video. I'm going to cut to the point immediately. It's become a bit difficult to talk about Chelsea. When I think about the reasons why I make these videos, I started making this channel to talk about football and then quickly realised that I think I'm better at talking about Chelsea. I can come from the passionate, emotional angle that I wish to talk about football in. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely incredible. And I feel as though the reason it's been so great is because in the process of making these videos, I can connect with Chelsea fans through the universal vehicle of Chelsea Football Club, because we're all following something the same. And then my voice acts as something that you guys can come to the channel and either agree with me, I can vent my frustrations, which kind of echoes your frustrations, or if things are good, we can kind of revel in how good things are all together. And it's got to a point now where going to Brentford and drawing 2-2 isn't the worst result in the world, but I feel as though, as Chelsea fans, looking at where Chelsea have gone, looking at the way that fans inside the stadium yesterday spent so much time chanting for Jose Mourinho, chanting for Roman Abramovich, telling Pochettino to F off and calling Bowley the C word. I'm not going to say it simply because I don't want to demonetize my own video here. But you see where this has gone? You see what has happened to this club where even when we're losing 2-1, we haven't even lost the game at this point, but we're 2-1 down away at Brentford, and the discontent amongst the fan base is already at a point where the frustrations overflow. And in the end, Chelsea peppered Brentford for the final 10 minutes of the game. We do get a draw, but I feel as though it's the manner in which we go 1-0 up, and then there's a half-time team talk from Mauricio Pochettino, and the players come out in the second half, and it's like me doing a video like this. There's no point. You don't want to see the back of my flipping head. And it's as if this happens week after week, game after game at this point, where Pochettino says something, and then the players are either not smart enough yet because they're so young to understand what he's saying, or he's saying all the wrong things and then we're just getting it wrong over and over again. And as a Chelsea fan making these videos still, look, I'm not going to lie to you, it's become a bit of like a hamster wheel, but there's no treats. And I'm not saying that I'm not getting paid. I'm not saying that I'm not working with brands. It's not about money. It's more about like that excitement to get in front of the camera because I'm passionate about the journey that the club is on. So therefore, when I take my seat on that train of following Chelsea, I'm enjoying myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm not enjoying the football. I'm not enjoying all of the decisions that seem to be happening at the club that people like myself, people like you, people like other content creators, we can all see that we're making decision after decision which are not the right ones. We're doing things as a club operationally, employing people that aren't the right people. And to see this happen over the course of the last 2 years, it's getting to a point where I'm personally really scraping at the barrel to get myself G'd up to watch Chelsea, to get myself excited to feel as though this project, I hate these words and I've hated these words the whole time, but I will use it just so that we're all on the same page of understanding. I want to believe that we're going to be heading in a good direction. The sad reality is, Brentford 2, Chelsea 2, that is the performance of a team that absolutely deserve and belong to be 11th in the Premier League table. Let's take a little look at Pochettino's team. We start with a 3-5-2. First half, there's positives. I feel as though Brentford counter-attacking, which is what we know they want to do. They want to go man for man and try and catch Chelsea on that counter-attack, expecting Chelsea to have the ball. We stopped that in the first half. We were playing well. I think it allowed Enzo Fernandez to be unlocked a little bit, which is another buzzword surrounding Enzo, but it's true. In that first half, Enzo has more control of the ball. And by the way, I had to suffer through this match, especially the second half, this morning. Because I was at an Ed Sheeran concert last night, trying to watch it as I was leaving the stadium on my phone. 50,000 people in Jakarta, Indonesia. No service, so I couldn't watch any of it. Watched it this morning. And you can see such a stark difference between the first half, which was good. I'm going to say it was good, not brilliant, but it was good. And then the second half is horrific. It's absolutely beyond shoddy, shambolic, all of those words that you'd want to use. Chelsea fluffed it. We gave the game away. And at this point, right, I don't just want to be like an echo chamber of Pochettino out, kick Pochettino out, and then when he gets a couple of good results, do what I've been doing, which is like, well done, Poch, like, you bought yourself some time. I think this Brentford performance, the Brentford result, the reaction of the fans, everything, to me, it's hit rock bottom. I am done with Pochettino, and I think Chelsea would be better off getting him out of our club now. There's 9 days before we play Newcastle, which is our next fixture. Get somebody in now. There are release clauses for better managers available. We're going to do this in a separate video. But I'll begin the 6 things in the boxes. But I did need to get this kind of the emotional feelings that I have right now. Not just about making videos, but about the club. Because I need you guys to understand it. Because I'm sure so many of you can relate. Box number 1 is a yellow for the saviour, Axel Disasi. Since that Man City game, Axel Disasi has gone back to being a bang average, if not, we'd like you to be average, mate, defender. Because he was absolutely shocking again, especially at the beginning of that second half. He scores the goal, which is why the 6 Things We Learned series works so well, because it certainly wasn't good, and if Chelsea lost that game 2-1, or Disasi doesn't score, he gets a red. It was poor defending from him again yesterday. I'm not sure what's happened, Axel, but you need to step up, and step up you did. Towards the end of the game, Chelsea needed a goal. Axel Disasi scores it. Box number 2 is a green for the shining light of Chelsea Football Club. Right now, on the field, Malo Gusto. When it comes to slating the ownership for bad business, for overspending on average or bad players, not a single bad word can be said about Malo Gusto. This guy cost us 26 million quid, and that is a bargain. That's his 7th assist of the season. Puts one on a plate as well for Cole Palmer at the beginning of the second half, which Palmer somehow doesn't score. We're going to talk about him in a moment. But Malo Gusto's a special player. You see him at the end of the game as well, takes off his shirt, goes and gives it into the crowd. This guy loves playing at Chelsea, and I think in terms of overall ability for a 20-year-old defender, going forward he's excellent. Defensively, also excellent, super quick on the ball. You don't quite know what you're going to get, but it's going to come with intelligence. It's going to come by being smart, not getting rid of it. He's not perfect, but I absolutely love Malo Gusto right now at Chelsea Football Club. Box number 3, I have given a red, and I think I kind of want to make it a yellow. It's a yellow for Raheem Sterling because, again, when you're looking at Chelsea players that you want to make an impact, Sterling definitely came on and brought some energy to the game, yes. But my problem is, right, when Chelsea get into good positions, specifically Raheem Sterling, there is countless occasions, not just in Brentford 2, Chelsea 2, there are countless occasions this season where all you see from Raheem Sterling is running straight into the opposition. And I mean literally, the opposition could lose him the ball, give it back to him, and he'll turn around and he'll start running straight back into them again. I don't get it. I really do not understand what Raheem Sterling is doing 70% of the time on the football pitch. When it comes to like tracking back, I don't see that enough. I don't see any urgency. And to me, I don't like saying this about Chelsea players, and this is again a part of the problem right now that I have as a fan. I don't feel like a lot of these players really care that much about the fact that Chelsea are in 11th. Even the media aren't surprised anymore when we capitulate in a second half of a match because it's become normal. It's become expected, and by default, that's kind of allowed it to become accepted. Not by my standards. Box number 4 is a yellow for Cole Palmer as well because, again, I've said it a couple of times this season, people have ridiculed me for it. There is a bit of an issue when it comes to the standing leg shot of Cole Palmer when it comes to the power that is necessary to drive the ball into the back of the net past a Premier League goalkeeper. Sometimes it's too tame. Sometimes it's too soft. And yesterday he misses a massive, massive chance. And if he scores it, the whole tide of that second half could change for Chelsea. It's a glaring miss, Gusto deserving another assist. And I feel as though there are too many pockets of games right now where maybe it's heavy reliance on Cole Palmer, and because he's been so good and he is so good, maybe we're being harsh here, maybe I'm being harsh, but I do want more from him even. I think he goes missing in pockets of time during matches, which when he is such a key influential player and such a good player for Chelsea, we need him to be there. And when he's not there and he's not showing up and he's vacant from the game, then Chelsea suffer and we struggle. And we go through large periods where we concede goals and should concede more and don't even look like scoring. Box number 5 is a red for Pochettino because, again, whatever he said at half-time, Chelsea come out a different team. And usually you use a half-time team talk to invigorate or reinvigorate your team and you come back with a bit more energy. It's the opposite for Chelsea. We listen to Pochettino and then we come out worse. As well as that, I think the management of certain players, I think Mudryk, every time Mudryk scores for Chelsea this season, is on the bench for the next game. If Pochettino is 11th in the Premier League, that's not good enough for me. If the positive and shining light is that Mauricio Pochettino is supposed to be great at developing young players for this project, then what the flipping heck is Mudryk doing on the bench every time he scores a goal? How is that developing a player? I'm absolutely at a loss at this point as to what value Mauricio Pochettino is bringing to our club. I don't know what it is. Box number 6 is a red for the state of Chelsea right now. Because I feel as though there's only ever going to be 1, 2, 3 matches in a row where we can start to build energy. And then every time it just comes crashing down. And if you think back to that Champions League win, I'm going to say this now. Chelsea fans, we were so blessed with that Champions League win, with that amazing run when Tuchel came in, taking over from Lampard, who seemed to have crashed the ship at the time. Tuchel was incredible for that short period of time. We were so lucky to win that because I do think the issues around the mentality of this club have been there before that, and since then it's only been a slide. And a slide comes across as it's like fun, kids in a park kind of thing. It's not the slide that you want. And I'm worried about the club. I'm worried about whether or not these new owners have got the bollocks to sack Pochettino and admit that they've also employed other members of sporting directors in the new sporting team at Chelsea. Just admit that a lot of the people that you've brought in aren't quite cut for it. And if you say you want Chelsea to be here, take responsibility and ownership for the fact that we're not. Do something about it right now. I am done with this manager. And like I said, I've kind of have this weird, do I want to be that way on a No, I'm telling you the truth here. Straight up. I'm pissed off with where my club are at, and it makes me sad. Genuinely sad to see Chelsea in such a state, to hear the fans with so much angst in the stadium. To see everyone so angry, upset, hurts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. It's been 6 things we learned. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Come on, you Blues.